$230, but you'll have hundreds of dollars left over. So what's the big deal? Total Control 871. What's up, guys? So today we're going to be taking a closer look. We're going to be re-examining the exact financial forecast. I guess we can call it that. I tried maybe blocking, like they block out a movie. I tried to block out some stuff. My head really can't do that right now. I'm still pretty distraught over what's happened. So I just decided to turn on the camera, start recording, and we'll see where this all goes. Okay, so just pulled a load of laundry out, and it's just simply reaffirming in my mind my worst fears here. Maybe I'll start with this. After I got my disability back pay, they give you like a large lump sum disbursement. It's how I was able to get the Black Rider. Like I said, it costs, the bicycle itself costs about $4,000 with the electronics on it, the Garmin, the GoPro, stuff like that. It rounded out to about $5,000. That's why the bicycle is insured for $5,000 in case it were total loss, like if somebody were to steal it with all the electronics on it, stuff like that. And then with the remainder, I had, like about, I don't know, I had a few thousand left over to do all my shopping. Okay, let's talk about, how I bought. So I bought just about everything that you see. Everything that you see here, except for my bed. I bought it in all of my clothing. It's about 5 years old. And well, the cycling clothing is about 5 years old. As I was folding up this old friend, it's so nice to see you. Yeah, this old friend, this Carl Kanai. I purchased this shirt in 1998. A very quality shirt. So this shirt is 22 years old. Can you see it had like that extra where heavy guys start to sweat around the back of their neck? It had that extra. It's double. And then here in the, hope it's showing right. It was a very well made shirt. Unfortunately, So I can't even begin to tell you how many times this shirt has been in the washing machine. The shirt owes me nothing. Owes me absolutely nothing. My old friend owes me nothing. It's 22 years old, and there you go. A lot of my t-shirts were purchased in 2005, around the same time that I did buy the bed. I was able to spend that $800 for this bed. Spare you the long story on that. Unlawful termination, Atlantic City Hilton. Yet another 401k cashed out prematurely. That's why so many minorities and people of difference, I'll put it like that. Whatever your minority status is, it's not just always race. I was terminated from that job for being gay. Or to be more specific, I didn't look enough like a man. So for my appearance, it wasn't masculine enough for them. So I was terminated from that job for that. Oh, hold on, I gotta rest my arm. Had about $5,000. Bought the bed. Bunch of other stuff. Since then, obviously homelessness has come into play. You lose a lot of stuff. You have to give up a lot of stuff. I was watching a YouTube video, Australian guy riding around on a bicycle on bike paths trying to hand out clothing to homeless people. And he was wondering why because they were like a lot of the clothes he had were brand new with tags still on it. He was surprised as to how difficult it was giving away these, clothes that some of them were like name brand and shit or whatever. What people don't understand is that everything you give to a homeless person, we have to carry it with us forever. That's why the police, when they harass you into being a bedroll homeless, you roll up your bedding and you take it with you. And even if those are the ones that are setting up tents on the sides of trails, eventually the sweeps come. So there's a reason. There's reasons. So many people, they assume, and you people are service resistant, and there is a reason behind everything, and you just don't know because you're not homeless, and it's not happened to you. Thank God, but it hasn't happened to you. Come on, let me show you this coat here. Hold on a second. So this is my new hoodie. When I showed you it was in the washer. This thing has taken one trip, through the washer. And look at how it is already starting to disintegrate. I am extremely upset with this. This thing cost me $60 as I showed you. $60 and it's already beginning to disintegrate. Now, where are you? Where are you, old friend? This is what you guys normally see me in. This is my Ralph Lauren. Oh my goodness, it's name brand. Ooh, Polo. Ooh. This cost $110. Okay. $110, and as I was showing you guys, it's falling apart now. It's 5 years old. This is one of the garments that I purchased with my disability back pay. 5 years old. She's coming apart at the seams. It's been through the washer. I have no idea how many times. 5 years old. I guess it doesn't owe me anything more. I am upset that I'm not getting a better life out of this hoodie. I predict this Reebok to be in the garbage this time next year. And on and on. I've already showed you guys, my do-rags. I need new do-rags. They're falling apart. We got our, this is my chamois part. These bibs, these cycle bibs cost $100. They're falling apart. They're 5 years old. 5 years old of giving, 5 years of cycling to a very large, heavy man. I guess they don't owe me anything more. And of course, my God, my fleece overpant, So, let's talk about the dystopian future that Community Enterprise is going to lay out for me with $230 rent. I'm already struggling to get all this stuff replaced. Let's take a look at socks. These are compression socks, $80 a pair. Again, 5 years old. Completely unraveling. Much of their compression capabilities have been compromised. And if I try to put on, regular socks, a pair of regular socks. Have I got a pair in here to show you? I got a pair from part of my Christmas gift. I did indeed try wearing them, but they do turn into, because we can just see the dramatic difference in size, Dramatic difference in size. Regular socks turn into tourniquets on my ankles, basically. Even the compression socks, because of their age and deterioration, they're starting to turn into tourniquets on my ankle. The clothing, so it's about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of clothing. Whether you want to see it as cycling clothing or regular clothing, it really doesn't make a difference. They pretty much all cost the same. So that's why I was saying, in case you guys might have some sort of prejudice against cycle kit, you can just simply take out the word kit. It's all, it all costs the same, and you might as, if it does cost the same, then you might as well as wear a garment specific for your activity. If you think that the chamois doesn't make that big of a difference, deal, trust me. How can I explain this to you? Women, when they get when they get a visit from their Aunt Flo, unexpected, you don't have to explain the embarrassment to me. I don't get a period, but I have had saddle sores, and chamois prevent saddle sores. Okay, so if you're riding around in regular jeans, which cause saddle sores, yes, I have had some eagle-eyed person walk by as I'm sitting on a bench and point out, "Hey, you're bleeding." The saddle sore, the blister pops and soaks through, and it's why we cyclists wear the things that we do. So, just like with the homelessness, homeless people do specific things for specific reasons. Cyclists do specific things, buy specific things for specific reasons. If we didn't have to do it, we wouldn't. I mean, I guess there are some la-di-da cyclists out there that are doing it up. Good for them. If they got it, then good for them. All of my stuff, it's low end. Trust me, bibs. There are bibs out there that cost $400 or $500. $100 bib is not considered expensive. Okay. 230 in rent, hundreds left over. What kind of future would I be left with? It wouldn't happen immediately, okay? It would be like that song Sade sings, "Hit me like a slow bullet, like a slow bullet." What did she say? "Took me some time to realize it." That's how it would be. Paying out the rent, suddenly things would begin to deteriorate even faster than they already are, and it would get very grim very quick. Let me show you. Who remembers our first Camp Evergreen chair? The small tent, 4-foot tall tent. This is the chair from It. Broken, broken. Okay. When that chair broke, I bought this chair. You guys remember this, right? When I bought the camp flooring from Dick's. Was it Dick's? Yeah, I think it was Dick's. And I stopped by, to buy our camp chair. And that would be you. Well, what happened with you? Oh, that's what happened with you. That's not good. Broke, and more broke. Now, as I showed you guys with the scale, I am indeed reaching. Well, I am pretty much at 500 pounds. So, because I am at the limit, I then replace that chair with a 1,000-pound chair. And that would be my current throne of what I have. Okay? Now, all right, I have to excuse me. I wasn't planning on saying this. You'll have to excuse me. I have to pull up my pants because, come on, this is what we're talking about. Oh, hold on. My zipper's open. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Been through the washer many, many, many times. Okay. So now these pants are pretty much indoor pants until I can get a string to thread through it. I think I pretty much made the point. Everything is falling apart. Everything needs to be replaced. So there are items that currently need to be replaced immediately. And there are items that are in the not too distant future that need to be replaced in the not too distant future. Nicole from Community Enterprises. If I had to gather, I would say that she's very solid middle class. I'm sure she's not rich. I'm sure she can't just simply come home with a brand new $30,000 vehicle that she didn't discuss, assuming she has a significant other, with married couples or what have you. With those type of major purchases, hell, even washers and dryers and how much money they cost these days. I understand she's probably not necessarily in a tax bracket where she can make these major purchases willy-nilly without discussion, okay? However, when Nicole probably utilizes deodorant, something simple that everybody does every single day. When I use my deodorant, I have to give it a feel, a little, to let me get a good sense of how much is in there, because I need to know, do I need to purchase new deodorant now, or can it wait? Point that I'm making here is with the impact of this new rent, all of this is going to get incredibly that much more difficult. I told you guys about the Black Rider. It wasn't just simply the snow tires. I needed, let's see, get some light on. There we go. Yeah, for all three tires, because this is a brand new, so this is a brand new rear tire, okay, and brand new snow tires. All three of these tires cost about $240 some. Cut my light off. As I said, thank God the winter was mild. But these types of purchases become that much more difficult. Actually, next to impossible. The utilities here are basically the same amount of money as the rent. So, $230 for utilities, $230 for your new rent. Okay, you're really only left with a couple hundred now. So, food. I really don't got to lecture to you about the cost of food. And who are we kidding? Before you start giving me no-name knockoff brand lectures, man. Okay, have you noticed store brand? That shit's the same. Cut my light off. Okay? Store brand used to be significantly less than name brand. But unfortunately now, like say that peanut butter, maybe I saved what, 50 cents? Ring a ding ding. Whoop-de-fucking do. The aluminum foil I probably saved, it was a 2-pack that I bought, so like maybe 80 cents. It used to be a significant savings when you purchased store brand or no name brand, a lesser known brand. It just simply isn't that way anymore. Multi-meal cereals that were in the bag because they laid in a bag and they weren't upright on a shelf, and you could get those things for maybe, it was like half the price. 50% off of their competitor. Now, you'll save a few change here and there. Going back to our bicycle, the Black Rider is going to be out of warranty this fall. This fall, the Black Rider will be out of warranty. Oh my God. The frame of the bicycle, okay? Frame of the bicycle is by Surly. And what that means is, should there be some sort of structural damage, in other words, if a stress fracture happens on this bicycle when it's outside of its warranty, then I'm basically just fucked. A new frame is going to cost about $600. Switching over all the components into the new frame. Plus, when they're doing that, they're going to find components that are worn out. Let me see if I can make it talk to you. Let's see. It isn't doing it now. Basically, I'm trying to make the front hub squeak. I don't know if you can even see it. I'm wiggling it. The hub needs to be repacked. Let me see. There. You can see it. I'm like pushing against it with my hand against the fork. You can see the hub. The hub needs to be repacked. There's all kinds of shit that I need to do. When these camping chairs break, okay, and that 1,000-pound chair costs $100. When these things happen, I'm not going to have the money readily available. You understand? New frame, swap out the components, plus do any kind of repairs that the mechanics find, repack the hub or a new hub, or a conservative guess. What would be, it would be an $800 repair bill, okay? If I suddenly needed a new frame. Please, God, don't let that ever be the case. I would be able, thank God, I love my bike shop. I love Beacon. Mitch, he does work with me to an extent, okay? That's one of the perks of shopping at a bike shop and not online. Cultivating a relationship with an actual brick and mortar bike shop. Mitch knows my situation. He knows I'm coming out of homelessness. Knows I got fixed income. He would probably be okay with maybe a couple of months payment plan. But I'm sorry, I could not just simply snap out a crisp $20 bill, plunk it down on the counter, and be like, "Thanks, Mitch. I'll have another $20 for you next month." No. The man would need, he needs to get paid, and he needs to get paid in a timely fashion. Repair, clothing, everything needed in this home. So, where I was going with the whole chair thing, literally, my new reality would be, okay? New reality. Here's my new, there's your new spot. There you go, buddy. Plunk your ass down on that. Huh? I'm pulling up my pants so they don't fall down. Pulling up my tattered pants. They don't fall. This is my new reality, huh? You see it? This will be my new reality, huh? Where I'm sitting on the floor with the heat turned off, huh? And in the dark. This would be my new reality because I had to pay rent. Now, Nicole believes, that's what she said, Amir, just pay your rent first and worry about everything else later. Okay? So, pay my rent, end up sitting on the floor with my balls hanging out in the dark in a cold home. These with a bicycle that has a half an inch of dust on it because it has deteriorated to the point where I can no longer maintain to keep it street ready. This is where it would all come to. Wouldn't happen immediately, but eventually, as the weeks and the months tick by, slowly by slowly, things would begin to happen in a catastrophic fashion. You see what I'm saying? It's not that I'm just it's not. When Nicole says worry about things later, she's speaking in a context that, well, there's trim fat from the budget. What's my time frame? 26. Fat from the budget. Let's talk about the fat from our budget, shall we? Okay. Remember now, I've got about $4,000 in clothing that needs to be replaced, which includes medical socks. I got the spring maintenance for the Black Rider will be coming up in a couple of months. That's usually about $500, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be less. It's probably going to be about $300. I haven't been riding the bike. My clothes have been deteriorating, so on the plus side, it won't require quite so much maintenance, so I'm thinking it'll be about $300, but nevertheless, that's $300. That's what it is. You know, you're constantly, you pay off 3 people, 3 items that need to be paid, they go away, and then the next 3 come. You see, she's talking about trimming fat from the budget. Please, Nicole, where's my fat? Yeah, the 500-pound man is asking you, where's the fat? Let's see. Oh, I know. Cigarettes are like up to $7 a pack. Maybe I should... Oh, that's right. I'm not a smoker. Well, you know, I guess all that booze I drink and whatnot... Oh, that's right. I'm not an alcoholic. Oh, I know. Maybe I shouldn't have went wild with the cable package subscription. This is up to like $200 a month now I'm paying so I can have the premium channel. Oh, that's right. There is no cable in this home. There is no TV in this home. Huh. Where's the fat? I'm trying to figure it out. What is it that I'm supposed to be doing without? What is it that I'm supposed to be just figuring out, Nicole? I'm confused. Okay? Got about $100 in the bank right now. As we come to the end, we got another week. Got another week. Now, granted, I admit the pluses. It is infinitely less expensive than kerosene. Gas bill, way less expensive than kerosene. Okay? Because it's a numbers game. How much does it cost me to live homeless in the woods versus how much does it cost me to stay in this home? Okay? So, right now it's starting to round... Yeah, it's gonna consume about half of my disability before I even buy the first thing, like food. I don't have to give you a lecture on the cost of food. Everybody goes grocery shopping. You don't need me to point out the crazy high food prices, okay? So, if what camping furniture I have is going to break down, because who are we kidding? They're not going to give me the furniture voucher. You know, ironically enough, the money that they would spend, it's like a couple, excuse me, a couple $1,000s that they would spend on furniture. I would much rather have that money for new clothing. That's where I was going at the beginning of this whole thing when I got my lump sum disbursement, and then I'll let you guys go. Homeless outreach, homeless rescue services or whatnot. They take too long. It always ends up being a day late and $1 short. If they would have rescued me from homelessness when I had just purchased everything that I needed for life, then guess what? That $230 wouldn't be such a big deal. So what? Okay, $230. I got my clothing. I got my this. I don't need anything. And if they would have actually honored their furniture voucher, then guess what? Yeah, there would be no panic, no anything. I would have everything that I needed. But right now, I don't. And it's still deteriorating. What time have I got? 31. So like I say, the solid middle class go shopping for the things that they need, you know. They don't have to worry about, did they bring home too much paper towel, laundry detergent, stuff like that, toilet paper, stuff you can never have too much of, okay? Never have too much of. But me, I have to be careful. I have to heft my deodorant. I have to check. Okay? I got to keep an eye on my toilet paper. And in case you're wondering, in the closet with the Black Riders stuff, I've got I got more toilet paper. The solid middle class, they can do without. They can buy it willy-nilly. The poor people, we have to orchestrate and will time it. I think that's all my time. Okay, that's it, guys. Hopefully I've educated you. Total Control 871. Forget where's the beef. Where the fuck's the fat?